Chapter 4. Mohsen did not stay long immersed in his contemplations. There was a knock on the door, so he woke up and saw his friend Andre and his wife Germaine shouting to him, "The bird of the east is alone in the cage." Mohsen said, like the addressee himself, "I am always in a cage." Andre said with a malicious smile, "You are a prisoner in the cage of love, you poor thing." "Yes, prisoner. Do you admit that easily? What is the benefit of denial? Why don't you go free and sing in the space of love?" Andre quickly said, "You are asking for the impossible. It will always remain like this." He has not yet succeeded in even knowing her name. Germaine said with a slight laugh, "Her name is not yet known." Truly, he is a disappointed lover. Then Mohsen's face took on the color of strict seriousness, and he said in calm agreement and conviction, "As for me, I am a disappointed lover. This is true, and there is no room for debate about it, and I have been plagued by this disappointment at every time and place." Andre asked, "Didn't you see her today?" "I haven't seen her for a week, and I haven't spent time reading. Books can really occupy my head, but is the head everything in a person's life?" "Yes. My most beautiful moments are when I stand in front of her waiting, and I know that she will not say to me a word that pleases my mind. One time she turned away casually with a look and said to me, 'Are you still standing here? What creature are you?' What does she mean by this? I do not know. Interpret this sentence as you wish. As for me, I have of course interpreted it for my own benefit. I love these ambiguous phrases whose meaning I can imagine as I wish. You are an imaginary man, and this is your problem." Andre said while looking at Germaine, and she nodded and added, "Without a doubt, I have no reason for Mohsen's failure other than that he is too imaginative. Women are not satisfied with imagination, but with truth." Mohsen did not object and said in submission, "Where is this truth?" He guided me to this truth by which I would gain the sympathy of women. Germaine said, "Do you want to know where to find this truth?" "Yes, tell me where she is, and I will never forget this beautiful thing for you." "It is bought at a price." "What is the price?" "All my life, I guess." "But only 20 francs. Are you kidding?" "Rather, I say very much. For only 20 francs, you buy a small bottle of Hooligan perfume from a shop in Haussmann Street, and present it to your friend in the morning. This is the whole truth. Do you understand?" Mohsen flew into space. As if a veil had been lifted from him, then he turned to Germaine and said, "Is what you are saying true?" Germaine smiled and said in a surprised voice, "It amazes me that a smart boy like you is ignorant of this. Hooligan bottle only. Its price is 20 francs. You are exaggerating. She deserves to put my whole heart under her net. Her window. I will not give her any of these things. Where is your friend, Mohsen?" Andre immediately answered his friend with a smile, "I told you, Germaine, that he does not know who she is, and he does not know anything about her." Mohsen said, without losing his calm, "This is true." Germaine's astonishment increased and she asked the boy, "How strange. And where do you see her then?" Mohsen replied, "I see her in her window, supervising people with eyes of pharaohs, as they pass in front of her one after another, of every gender and every class. Among them are the poor like me, and among them are the affluent like Hakeem, among them are the beautiful and the ugly, and among them are the old and the young, and among them are the wealthy. The happy and the unhappy, the good and the bad, the brave and the cowardly, the bold and the timid. Yes. This procession passes through her hands every day, and she smiles from her window between and without anyone knowing the secret of her heart." Germaine looked at Mohsen carefully, then said, "Is this woman in Paris? Or in the book 1001 Nights?" Andre said, laughing, "Where is this window, in what magical palace?" Germaine added, laughing, "Is there really that woman in Paris whom people pass by while she is at the window?" Mohsen answered calmly, "At the box office." Germaine shouted, understanding what he meant, "Ah. She is a box office worker. Teacher, Odeon." Mohsen said it like a dreamer, and Germaine laughed, and Andre laughed, then said, "Do you listen to my advice, Mohsen? Go tomorrow and offer her energy from the dice, then invite her to dinner at a restaurant. Mohsen thought a little, then said, "And if you do not accept the energy of the blossom from me?" Germain immediately said, "There is no woman in Paris who refuses energy from flowers."